Good afternoon, and thank you so much for having us here today. It's so great to be here. I first want to thank Marnie as well for giving us the opportunity to be here and share with all of you. Again, my name is Vaughn Spethman, and my good partner and friend, Dustin McBride, and we are the two co-founders of Akerfa, the nonprofit that helps to start bicycle social enterprises and getting people mobilized and moving in Zambia, and really we're starting to spill over all over Africa. It's a very exciting project. I'm so glad you guys got to see the video because it's so hard to describe that, isn't it? So we've lived in Zambia now almost 4 years, and you can see we're not only bicyclists, but we also play soccer. And one of the biggest things for me, you know, there's cultural differences, there's food differences, the water tastes a little different and things like that. But the biggest thing for me is we're playing soccer, and I used to be the fastest guy on the field. Now I'm like, oh, can I play goalie? I can't keep up with anybody here. So, sheesh. We're so excited. If you could change the slide here, we went over in 2004 on a college trip, and we were teaching in schools in the morning while the teachers were getting education on how to teach better. And then we were just standing there being jungle gyms and orphanages and just playing with the kids and really enjoying ourselves. And we loved it. I mean, you could see in the video, the people are so beautiful. They're so kind. They're just waving to you, giving thumbs up. The smile's worth $1 million, you know? And we just fell in love with the people. Now, the thing that we saw time and time and time is we have no jobs. We have no education. We have no health care. We're hungry. And it got on me, it just weighed on me. There's so many problems and so many issues that are happening in Zambia and really all over Africa now that we've had an opportunity to travel around. And it hurts. And I sit there and I'm thinking, with so many issues and so many problems, what can we do? What can we do? It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. And one of the last days we were in Zambia, you got to meet Benjamin, who's our warehouse manager there. And he had a bicycle that he'd saved up for more than 2 years to ride. And his friend also got a bicycle, and they were riding around, and they were picking up vegetables and charcoal and everything else from the bush and bringing it to market and getting a decent income. But when I went to ride his bike, all of a sudden the seat bent, and then there was missing spokes, and the top tube on the bike literally fell off. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, if any of us in this room had this bike, it would have been in the landfill years ago. There's no way. And the bicycles that they're having there are the same bicycles that we had in the States in the 1930s and 40s. And so this technology that could really save and change lives, being over there, it needed to come. And that's really why we started Zambikes. Unemployment is over 60%, and so getting people on bicycles that are better than this, you can change the side for me as well. And being able to create jobs and create employment is really what Akerfa and Zambikes is all about.
Good afternoon. I'm Dustin McBride, as Vaughn mentioned, and you saw in the video. I just wanted to share a few things more about what we're doing in Zambia and try to connect with you guys here. I don't know if it was mentioned, but we're both actually Southern California natives. We were born in, actually I was born in Kansas, but when I was 6 months old, I moved to San Diego, so can't tell a lie there. But my whole life grew up in San Diego, and we both met at a university just down the 57 from here called Azusa Pacific, which is in the LA area. And so we know Southern California. This is our home, and it's been so exciting for us to meet people at this conference and see what's going on behind the infrastructure and behind the transportation industry as a whole in California. And so I've been able to learn a lot from all of you and see what hard work goes on behind the roads that we have and the infrastructure that we have and the interconnectivity that's going on. And I think I realized how long I'd been out of Southern California when I was sitting at one of 2 traffic lights on the main freeway in the capital city of Lusaka, Zambia. And it took me about 5 minutes. There's 2 within 100 yards of each other. 2 traffic lights within 100 yards of each other. It's astronomical in Zambia to have something like that. And I had to wait over 5 minutes to get through the traffic. And I'm sitting there banging my steering wheel saying, I can't believe how long it's taken me to get to the other side of town, which was, you know, 2 miles away. And then I come home to San Diego and Los Angeles and realize that how complex and how advanced the transportation systems are. So even though we're worlds apart in some ways, it was so exciting to be asked to come and share and speak, because we're actually very connected when you look at transportation. And in Zambia, we're basically a century behind all of us here. So you look at the bike that was in the previous slide, that bike would have been found in the early 1900s in America, and they're still riding them today. So I think one of the exciting facts or things that we have to offer here is that, coming into this conference, I realized, that there's a certain bubble that we all get into, whether we're working for the government or for a private company, and in this room for something in the form of transportation, and in California, in Southern California, and you get focused on what you're doing so much. And I know I do that. On Monday, I was in the middle of sending out thank you letters to sponsors for a cycling event we did in Lusaka, and doing all these last minute things to get on the plane. And then Tuesday, I was here in San Diego. And so it's quite a, going back and forth it's you have 30 hours on the plane to let your mind switch, so that does help out. But otherwise, it's still quite a different world that we're in. And so I think for me, it's been so eye-opening to see what's gone on and what's going on and where we're going in California with transportation. And I think at the same time, what we're here to share and offer is look at what's going on the other side of the world and outside of the bubble that we get in here as well, and see that we have an opportunity to connect you guys and friends and family and whoever to something that is causing, I don't know if you heard 1 or 2 times it's been said, but that number was 60% unemployment in Zambia. And I know there was a number earlier talked about how we're getting up 15%, and it's scaring everybody in California, and it's crazy. And I have a lot of friends and people that I know that are going through really tough times as far as our standards of tough times, which is true. And so I think it's 6-0. That's quite a big number. And we're doing what we can in a small way, trying to impact as many people as we can through bicycles and the bicycle accessories, which include the ambulance trailer that you saw in the video. That actually we have over 700 of those running around Zambia in what we call a rural clinic that wouldn't be any bigger than half of this stage, where you can come and get the basic medical supplies. But what they're able to do is go and pick women, any sick person up, but especially they will pick pregnant women up, bring them in so they can get their shots, and these shots will actually prevent the transmission of HIV from mother to child if they're pregnant. And so they're able to, yeah, definitely. It's one way that we're able to combat that massive AIDS pandemic. Everything that's going on with that is to prevent it going to the next generation. And for all of you that are involved in transportation, to know that that's a key aspect of that, and that we can be a part of that is incredible. Beyond the ambulance trailer, looking at the entrepreneur and the farming community and getting goods from farm to market, and increasing your productivity by 4 times with the cart that's used for hauling all sorts of products and cargo into town, and also cutting the commute time when you're riding one of those bikes that you saw before compared to a Zambike with a trailer. It's incredible to see the lives that are transformed, and I think understanding that it's not just a bicycle the way we have bicycles here for sport and all of those things, but it's a job. It's an opportunity to expand the getting to a job. You can only walk so many miles compared to you can ride so many more miles. So all of those ways that something as simple as a bicycle can impact so many people. I think the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys, those that have seen us over there, we have a booth up on the way towards the expo, and we're showing off our bamboo bicycle frames that we're making. And those are all manufactured, the bamboo frame is manufactured in Zambia, and we're exporting it to a number of countries, including here in the States. And we're selling those so that we can plow money back into the Zambian company there and create more jobs and build capacity in the communities. So that's a fun, unique way that any of you that are interested in cycling or know anyone that is, you can ride around on a bamboo bicycle frame making a difference in the lives of Zambians in Africa, which is quite a unique opportunity. I've been riding mine since January, and I love it. It's a great ride. It's a strong bike, and it's really fun. So that's a little bit about what we're doing and what's going on in Zambia. I think Vaughn's going to finish this up.
Yeah. So again, we want to thank you all for having us, and all the way 11,000 miles on the other side of the world, and having us here today. If you can just change the slide one more.
We got the ticker.
Oh, we got the ticker here. We don't have tickers in Zambia, let me tell you. We've been talking a lot about Zambia today, and we are now currently shifting gears and the things, the ambulance trailers, the cargo trailers, the bicycles that are changing lives can also do it all over Africa and all over the developing world. And it's exciting to see new cargo trailers going out in Uganda, new cargo long bikes and ambulance trailers going in Kenya as well. And a lot of you are thinking, wow, this is such a great project. This is such a great movement. How can we get involved? And this next year, we're looking at doing 1,000 bicycle ambulances in Zambia. We've done about 700 this far, and there's still 1,000 rural health clinics that women are being hauled in wheelbarrows to clinics. And when people have serious injuries, they're waiting for the ox cart to come for hours at a time to bring them to clinics. So they need these ambulances. And that's just Zambia alone. I mean, they need it in Zimbabwe. They need it all over. So we need your support. So please check out our website there. We need ideas on grants and fundraising, and as well, get a bamboo bike. Ride it, be the best looking guy in town or best looking gal, and know that as you're pedaling, you're not only mobilizing yourself around, but you're mobilizing people out of poverty and changing lives there. So again, thank you so much for having us, and check us out and talk to us over there at the booth. So.